checking. That looks good. Let's adjust this just a little bit. There we go. Now we got this beautiful mug and frame. Perfect. Let's get links put out. And then we will get started. Oops, nope, not that. Okay, everybody should be coming in shortly here. All right. There we go. Okay. Excellent. So what the hell is happening here? Well, looks like a giant dragon attacked my channel, and the fire was really bad, and it burned everything down. So all I have left is this burn that it left me to play with now. So, actually, I got a Mana Traders account, so I can screw around with some other stuff for a little while. And you know what? It's been a really, really long time since I played other decks besides Merfolk, so we're gonna play some burn. This was one of the first decks I ever played in Modern. Still surprisingly like reasonable. Puts up results. 5-0s a lot. See it in some of the top 32, so there's something to it. Is there a way I can make this better? Not particularly. Okay. Yeah. Part of the problem is that I have the chat here on the screens, but you can kind of see what we're going with here. That's what our sideboard looks like. So I took a very, very stock burn list. It's 19 lands, 1 Seal of Fire. I noticed some of the lists like to play with the numbers of Lightning Helix, and they don't always play the Seal of Fire. Sometimes they're at 20 lands. Sometimes they put in some copies of Skullcrack. I think this is fun. And then sideboard, Burn can play Lurrus for free, so they're just doing that. And I mean, it's got some cute synergy with Seal of Fire, so it's a cool one of. Other than that, you can always get stuff like Eidolon's back with it. It's free value, why not? Sideboard, it does have stuff to just deal with artifacts, so you have Smash to Smithereens. I imagine you probably want this against like the Urza Saga decks. Maybe this is a really good card against, say, Hammer Time. Deflecting Palm seems like it's really good against those decks. And you have stuff like Kor Firewalker here. It's really good against like the Ragavan stuff. Path to Exiles. Yeah, they're randomly really good against things. And Roiling Vortex. I don't think I've ever played with this card in this channel, so we should probably look and see what it does. So, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 1 damage to them. So it's like a mini Sulfuric Vortex where it's hurting each player. However, it's good against like the Cascade deck. If you're up against like Rhinos, or even like Living End or something, them cascading into a spell is going to cause them to take 5 damage. So, very dangerous. And also, it turns off life gain for 1 red for the turn. So, yeah, it's a pretty useful card. It does damage over time, but also against the right deck, it'll deal 5 damage at least for 2 mana. And because if they have no choice, but it's like they either have to waste time dealing with this card, or it's going to deal 5 damage for 2 mana, which is a great rate for cards in this deck. And yeah, it's randomly useful against life gain, so very cool card. It is a permanent too, so even if they kill it, you can get it back with Lurrus potentially. Got a lot of value to it. Other than that, I don't really have much to say. Burn is pretty easy to roll with here, so yeah. So we're just gonna go and play our league with this. The mana base is really simple. You just play like mountains, fetches, and blue or red-white stuff. Got the playset of Sunbaked Canyons. This is one of I mean, they've been playing this card for a while, but I mean, this card is fantastic in the deck. And I have 6 fetch lands to help enable Searing Blaze, so I think that's fine. That it's again, some of the lists alternate between like 5 and 6, and there might, but it seems around like, yeah, this is about as stock as it really gets. So we're just gonna do this and see how it goes. So here's our deck. Let's go play Modern. Where is the league? Here. Awesome. Do something different. You know, maybe if this works out, we'll do more stuff like this. Definitely let me know if you're watching this video and the replay at some point. I'm always interested to know if this kind of stuff is appealing. So I think it's going to be more entertaining to me right now. Burn is one of the few decks in Modern that, like, it's still old Modern, where most of the cards are just like the same cards this deck has been playing for freaking forever. Very few things have changed in it, and the deck is still powerful as hell. So now we are just waiting to get a match. The cool thing with Burn, too, is the matches don't usually go super long. Alright, round 1. Let's fight. We are on the play. Let's show off our Lurrus. We're up against a Urion deck, so it's... I don't know if I want to be playing Goblin Guide against this, but we probably lead off with Swiftspear, actually. Because we... Swiftspear and then maybe either Goblin Guide or Lava Spike, I imagine. But I mean, I think we have to keep this, so... Alright, let's make sure that we remember how to, like, play this game. Get our Sacred Foundry. Alright. Burn doesn't have Force of Negation, so we can just, like, F6 to their turn. Steam Vent, so what are you going to do here? Strike it rich. Okay, interesting. We didn't draw a land, so that kind of sucks. I guess Goblin Guide, we want to get this out while we still can. Endurance on top, that's good to know. So that might be a surprise blocker here. Well, even if they play the Endurance, they still get 2 damage in, at least. I think I kind of have to. Alright. Like, they'll bring Endurance back, but I can't really do anything about it. I have to just go after their face. Importantly, though, this does put them at 9, so... We're getting close to the point where we can just kill them with burn spells. But we're going to need more lands to do that. Like, ideally, if I could do something like suspend Rift Bolt, Lava Spike them next turn, then I can set up a turn or win in like 2 turns from now. Otherwise, we're just going to suspend Rift Bolt and then pray that we're fast enough. Okay. I can't really attack here, so... However, if we draw a land and all these spells resolve, yeah, Rift Bolt deals 3, then Lava Spike deals 3, and then Skewer deals the last 3. Mox Amber. I don't think I'm happy to see that. That seems like that's a problem. Maybe this... Oh god, we're getting comboed right now. Alright. Are we? Can they do something right now? I don't know. If we draw a land, there's a really good chance we just kill them. Okay. God damn it. Alright, I don't really have another alternative here. I guess I just spectacle skewer them and just pray that they can't do anything next turn. Alright, so they have one turn to draw something, and if they don't, then we win here. They're at 1, so... Alright. So if it's a land, we win, right? Because they can't do anything. Otherwise, they can potentially go through here. Oh, fuck. We're in trouble now. Well, that's not good. I need them to have drawn like 3 lands from that. Fury just draws them more cards, so they're just going to probably draw a bajillion cards by outcasting elementals for free. Like, if they kill Goblin God, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, we need them to, like, pass the turn so we can Lava Spike them. Man, this is fucking terrible. Like, we went through 10 cards and only found 1 land. But sometimes that's a thing that happens with burn, so... I don't feel bad about this. Like, I guess they could now find... Yeah, they could potentially Solitude their own creature to gain some life. No, that's bad. Omnath is going to gain them life now. Fuck. However, Roiling Vortex is probably going to ruin their lives. I think we actually just concede to this because we don't have an answer to this thing. Well, we'll let them cast all their stuff and see what they're going to do. But yeah, we lose to Omnath here. Because they have a fetch land, they can just crack it, gain more life, and I can't do anything about it. So Song of Creation just kind of come. Here's the thing, though, like... They can't go off with, like, elementals and stuff in the face of Roiling Vortex. So that card is definitely coming in. And also, Vortex stops them from gaining life with Omnath, which is important. Probably Eidolon goes out, because that doesn't seem very good in this match. I don't know, I feel like we have a reasonable chance. At this point, I'm just seeing what they do here. Alright, yeah, that's fine. If that's all you're gonna do, or whatever. Bible. Why would you just show me your hand? Okay. You didn't need to do that. I think I'm just taking Eidolon out here. I think most of the stuff that they're casting is going to not be triggered by this. Maybe I'd need to keep it, actually. I don't know. It's close. Is there anything else? Rift Bolt, actually, because Rift Bolt's going to hurt us a lot. You know what? Also, Searing Blaze potentially comes out, too. You know what? Actually, okay, I think I like Searing Blaze the least. Is there anything I'd rather have over this copy of this? Not particularly. Maybe I'll take in one of these. Alright, I guess we're just going to do it like this, right? The Vortex seems fine. Like, we're going to hurt ourselves with Rift Bolt, but I think it's way too important. We have to have this card. I don't think we went path. I think we just need to erase them, basically. Yeah, we were in a position where if we just draw a land at any point during that entire game, we would just win, but... I don't know. That's the breaks playing burn, so... It's okay. I feel like that was sort of alright. His hand doesn't seem great, because we have 3 lands and no creature. I don't particularly care for it that much. Do I mulligan this? Would I keep this without one land? I probably would. Because it is also possible that they just, like, remove a creature right away, too. I guess I'm going to keep it, but I'm not terribly thrilled about it. Suspend the Rift Bolt. Then maybe I can pop off Skewer. I might not need to. Can I put this, like, over here somewhere? Yeah. Not exactly what I was hoping to see here. Can always do this next. Well, no, actually, I'd have to. Yeah, I don't know. Like, then if I do this next turn, I can only do one thing. So, but it still might be better to play Boros Charm in their turn. All right. All right. It plays around maybe Force of Negation. Get a mountain. Then I potentially can do like Lightning Helix plus Skewer next turn. Which isn't amazing, but do what we gotta do. Okay, it's not terrible. Means I can Helix them in their turn and then Rift Bolt and then Skewer. Okay. Again, we'll do this before they have Force of Negation up. So also if we draw a bolt, that will be good enough too. Unless they play Teferi right now, then the Rift Bolt gets countered. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, they played Helix. Alright, so that potentially buys them a turn. Alright. Okay. Not bad. Okay, well, I can't really do anything about that. I guess I'm just cracking Sunbaked Canyon in their turn, and then hoping I draw, like, 2 burn spells. If they have Omnath here, I'm probably screwed, though. Alright, well, that's not good. Well, they did just play a land, so I guess if I draw 2 burn spells right now, I have a chance. That's not a burn spell. Boros Charm? No. So, what do I do here? I play Goblin Guide, and if they don't block it, Helix wins. Otherwise, I have to Helix Omnath to keep myself in this game. So I can't just pass to them and let them gain like all the life with Omnath. Ah, damn it, we were so close. Well, it's not over yet. Like, Again, Boros Charm off the top is like lethal unless they gain more life, then we're in trouble. When we draw a land, I guess we just have to put Lurrus in hand. Yeah, that's smart. You don't want to... Okay, they don't have another Omnath, at least. If they put Yorion in hand, that seems like that's fine. Okay. Put them at 2. It seems better to do that than attack Ren in 6 here. Because this means that a Bolt actually will do it. Unless they have a path, maybe. Alright. Well, there's the Ephemerate. That's a problem. Oh, I think we're dead now. Because, like, now they have Solitude plus Ephemerate online. There's nothing I can really do about that. That was too much. We needed them to, like, miss for a turn. I think the problem is, like, we only had one land in game 1, and where one land at any point in game 1, we win. This game, like, I think they had a lot. They had, what? Helix, 2 Solitudes, Omnath, and the Ephemerate, so that's a lot of life gain. And they were still within, like, us drawing Boros Charm of killing them, so... Where the fuck were you when I needed you? Alright, we lose. That's fine. That was just, that was terrible luck, I think. But, it is what it is, so... Yeah, no, that game 1, we definitely, like, had a very, very, very strong chance of winning, but... Couldn't find land number 2 to do it in time, and then, yeah, that game, I think the opponent drew really, really well. Life gain is a thing. Maybe the skull cracks in the main deck matter more than I think they do. If there's a lot of that, then yeah, I could see why they might drop like helixes for the skull cracks. So we'll see. We'll have to see how the rest of this goes. Because yeah, if there's more of that stuff, then yeah, definitely skull crack over helix might make sense. So, all right, game 2. We're on the play. We will show off our Lurrus. I don't particularly like our hand for last game either. Now, honestly, this one is kind of risky as well. If we find a second land, this hand's probably really good. We do have some stuff to do with it. I think I'm going to keep it. The worst case, like, we still suspend Driftbolt. And, like, finding the second land is really strong. Alright. Alright. At their face. Okay, well that's not terrible, I guess. They could have Bolt or something here, but... if they do, I have to make them use it. Waker of Waves. So we're up against Living End, it looks like. Okay, you know what? It's not terrible if it's Living End. Because Burn is like a good way to get through Living End here. Okay, well... again, we need the lands. So I guess we're just going to suspend a Rift Bolt. They had 2 things cycled, or 3 things cycled, so probably we'll see a Living End this turn. That would be my guess. But they have to fetch and shock if they want to do... no, I guess if they have Shardless Agent here, they don't have to shock. So yeah, it looks like they're going to go for Shardless. Alright, but I think we kind of have to find the land right now. Because when they're attacking for 9... oh, well, we're not going to get the land now because they're going to order our deck so we don't. Oh, I still have to just hope that we had at least 2 lands, and then next turn we can do it. 15, right? Or do we have a chance? Yeah. Alright, I think if we have 2 lands on top and like one of them, if one's like a basic mountain, I think we can get there. But if it's a fetch land, I think we're dead. Fuck. Alright. Okay. Alright. Can see. Damn it, we needed to not have that. So I'm guessing there's probably Foundry and then like another land here. What was Vantage? Yeah, Vantage would have been fine too. Alright. Again, that was close, but like got screwed on mana, so like what were you gonna do? Searing Blaze is really bad against this deck, so let's take that out. I don't really like any of those copies of that. Otherwise, maybe Deflecting Palm is better than 1 Searing Blaze. Just because it can deal 5 damage if they attack with something. Alright, we're gonna roll with this. Again, it was another close hand, but short on mana. Yeah, I think we gotta keep this. We have the vortexes, and we have, like, creatures to play in turn 1. It seems like it's necessary. Well, that's a problem. They are playing ley lines here, so... Well, then we definitely need these vortexes. Alright. Yikes. Alright. Leyline too good. Oh my god. This is a little bit too late. Well, yeah, again, we keep losing because we only have 1 mana. This isn't going to be fast enough to kill them. At this point, if I had the land, I would probably Lava Spike myself just to get the extra 2 damage in. Problem is here, now they can just Cascade, and they can they can Cascade before I get Vortex in play, so it's over. Okay, sure. This doesn't really matter. Because they're just going to do it in response to my attack. They absolutely. How do you not have it? Are you doing it on the end step? Okay, that's... They don't have a Cascader there. That's surprising. I don't understand. I don't, maybe they just felt like they weren't in danger. Okay, that could be. Just... It has to be here, right? Yeah. Alright. Like, now it's... Yeah, now we can't. There's nothing we can draw from here. Alright, whatever. You got it. Stuck on 1 land again. So what? That's like 3 out of the 4 games we've played so far. That's the danger of playing with burn, I guess, is that happens sometimes. We had our hate card, which would have been really good actually, but because it actually would have killed them if we could cast it. Yeah, they would take 5 from the living end and take 1 from the upkeep. So, all right. This hand's actually the best one out of all of them we've had so far. So we have a creature in turn 1, and we have enough lands to actually do stuff. Now, are we up against the fucking mirror match here? Rift Bolt, okay. We are up against burn. Alright. Let's go. So what I've learned so far is that we probably need Skullcrack. But maybe Skullcrack would be better than Helix. Helix is actually going to make a huge difference in this match if we can get it. You have to hit me, right? Unless you, if they have a creature. No, they don't have a creature. They hit this. All right, so Searing Blaze is probably good here for us. Sacred Foundry. Yeah, that's not it's not pleasant when you have to shock yourself. And we have the Firewalkers in the sideboard, which is nice. They don't have a creature. That's devastating. Well, that could be better, but I guess here, we Lava Spike them, and then just bolt at the end of turn. So we're going to get hit with a Searing Blaze, or I mean Rift Bolt here. Yeah, realistically from this position, I don't think they can cast Eidolon. Eidolon would be way too dangerous. Okay. I think we're winning. We're at 14 effectively, right? And they're at 10. And I do have... If I draw another bolt, I win. So I will have... Well, not... Or I guess it's going to be 2 turns, right? Alright, well, we have to do this. They might hold up something like Skullcrack. If they had Helix, they should probably use it there. Well, that's really good. Okay. Alright, so we just pass here, and I think we've got this. They can't actually kill me right now, so I should probably heal. Well, and you know what? No, I want to wait till they're tapped out. Because if they tap out of Skullcrack mana, then I can Helix them safely. Okay. So now I have lethal in hand. They have 4 cards and they have to deal 13 damage. Well, they could have Helix too. Now that doesn't look good. If that's what they're wasting their turn doing, they probably are dead. Okay. Well, I guess they could still have Helix here, but we have to cast our bolt. And then we go for the Boros Charm, and then just hope that's good enough. So I guess here, I think I want to wait and cast Boros Charm as late as possible. Because I don't want them to Helix in response. Okay, well now they're dead. Because now they can't gain any life in response. Okay. There we go. We got game 1. Excellent. So we need Kor Firewalker and we need Path to Exile for the opposing Kor Firewalkers. And the cards that don't matter here, probably Seal of Fire. I don't think this is a match where we need that. What about Skewer and Rift Bolts? I guess they're okay. Searing Blaze, maybe. Like, Searing Blaze, like, if they have a creature, it's actually really good, but if their creature's Kor Firewalker, it's actually not very good. I don't know. Just maybe somebody will have to tell me. Do the burn players keep Searing Blaze in, or do they side them out? It seems like sketchy to me. I'm not sure. So we already have lots of removal spells for all these creatures, but it is sort of card advantage, so I could kind of see why you might take it out. Maybe the Rift Bolts come out because they're a little clunky. Helix definitely seems important. I guess maybe Eidolon comes out. Man, Eidolon, I don't know. This is really dangerous because you can only cast it when you're ahead. So if you're behind and you cast this card, it's really bad. So maybe let's game theory this. If we're ahead and we have Eidolon, do we like yeah, casting it's good. If we're behind and we're playing it, um, yeah, we don't want to play Eidolon from behind. If the opponent is ahead, then they will cast their Eidolons. If they're behind, that yeah, then their Eidolons don't matter anyway. I think I'm taking Eidolon out here. Maybe one of these Searing Blazes. Alright, we'll try it like this. Or maybe Lava Spike was something that should come out instead of the Blaze. Well, I think we have to keep this. So it has all the good cards here. We're on the draw, so I think we can gamble. They mulled to 5. Alright, well, we're going to suspend Riftbolt, hope that we draw another white source to cast this Firewalker, and then that should ride us to victory. Don't ever fucking block with the Kor Firewalker when they have 2 mana up, because they absolutely can just Skullcrack you and then, like, kill this Firewalker. Okay, well, that's not great. However, I'm sure that I'm going to be killing it with this Rift Bolt, like 100%. The only way that it doesn't die to Rift Bolt is if they, like, don't play anything. They'd have to hold up the, like, 2 bolts here. They'll miss out on 2 damage at least, so it's not the worst. They could put me to 10 if they, like, bolt attack. Like, that would be bad. Alright. Helix me right away. Okay, I that makes sense. Actually, you know what? I could path this thing. They have 2 lands here. It's probably worth pathing it and then just bolting them in the face. That seems better. I just have to be careful and keep one of these for their Firewalker if they ever find it. So you do bring in protection from red creatures, so they're not playing Lurrus, so that's also worth noting. Okay, I'm gonna Rift Bolt their face. Okay, that works. I would love to pay the 2 life. We'll get Firewalker online. We are not going to block this thing no matter what they do. As long as they have 2 mana up, you can't block. But it doesn't matter because like you'll gain a bunch of life from it anyway. So we have Helixes still, so that's great. Okay. Yes, absolutely gain the life. Alright, now if they attack, now we can block it. I guess I could Helix them. I take 1 because I'm from this. Alright, so I'll go up to 16 and then I will take 1. So I'll be at 15 and they'll go down. They have 2 cards still. I don't have to do it right now. I might want to Helix the Swiftspear, actually. You know what? I like this plan. I think with 2 Helixes in my hand, I believe that I'm beating them. Do it before they untap with, like, Skullcrack. Alright, well, they have the Firewalker now, so I can definitely path it. You have to attack. Like, there's no way, you know. So I guess maybe they have a lightning bolt in hand and they're deciding whether to cast it. Could be. That's my guess. Well, that's pretty good. Alright, I have to think about what I want to do here. Could path Kor Firewalker, play Goblin Guide. But if I do that, I'm going to take 4 damage. And I'll take 3 damage. I have 1 card. Is it possible for me to die there? I don't think it is, actually. Yeah, if I path Firewalker here, play Goblin Guide, I attack for 4. It puts them at 5. I think the Eidolon's still working for me then. So if they play a red spell, then I'm still gaining life from it, so... So I go to 9 here, and I attack. They have, like, 2 bolts. Okay, so yeah, I guess now if they have 2 bolts though, I will gain 2 life. So I'll be at 11. So yeah, I'll be at 11. That would put them to 1. Okay. And then then that go to 5, 4, 3. Yeah, I actually no, that would kill me if they had exactly 2 bolts here. So I might want to save the path. If I play the guide here and attack them, it puts them to 5. They can still cast 2 spells, which means they. Oh, is that enough though? Because that'll be 3. Yeah, because they cast 2 spells. I go to 11, but then they'll still have 6 plus 5. Yeah, so that would kill me if they had 2 bolts. So the other alternative is I could path this Eidolon at the end of their turn. Could also suspend a Rift Bolt here, but then I have to not attack. I definitely have to commit to no attacking. All right. I think it's safe for me to not attack, right? No, I need to attack, I think. I want them to take damage, but no, I'm not. All right, I'm not going to attack because that way even if they try to like skull crack me, I can still path the creature in response. All right, so it won't die. I don't know if they can bolt me here. It only it puts them to 7 and it only puts me to 8. I think we're both in a scenario where we kind of need more mana. Well, I definitely need more lands. Having this Helix up would be great. Okay, well, he drew a land, so if he has Bolt, it doesn't really help him. And even if he has Skullcrack, that doesn't really make any difference. Alright, let's see how they attack here. No attacks, that makes sense. Now, what do I do here? I don't think I can attack yet. I think I need to wait for them to tap out before I can do anything, because I need this. Yeah, playing a Swiftspear will deal me 1 damage. It is a blocker, though. I could play the Goblin Guide as a blocker and then still have Path up. That's not unreasonable. Yeah. So it means they can't realistically attack me. But I have to do something. I can't just not play anything. The burn math is complicated in the mirror. It's like, I'm not losing to double bolts, I think. Yeah. So, it means I don't have Helix up for when they tap out, but I do have Path up. I think that's a mistake. You have to get another Sacred Foundry in case you get a Firewalker. Searing Blaze, okay. That's not great. But it does hurt them, so that's kind of cool. They lost out on a prowess trigger by that too, so we're slowly making progress. Firewalker is an absolute beating against Burn. I still don't think they can attack. Because even if they had Skullcrack, I still have Path to Exile for the creature. So, like, I would take effectively 4 damage. Oof. Interesting. I think they have 2 cards here. If I go to 5, I still don't think that 2 cards kills me if I'm. What happens if they Boros Charm me from 5? Then I take. Yeah, I'll go to 3, and then I still. Yeah, they can't actually kill me then. 1, but I won't be able to cast any spells. Yeah, they. I'm trying to think if they have Skullcrack here. Like, what's the best way to do this? Because if they do, then I'm gonna have to path whatever it is that they block, or whatever it is I block. So I don't know. Do I want to be? Do I prefer the Eidolon to die or the Swiftspear? Because if I kill the Eidolon here, I go to 6, and then they can just cast like 2 spells, and then I'm actually in danger. I think I need to block the Swiftspear. Because I really want them hurting themselves with this Eidolon. Because it's disproportionately benefiting me right now, because I'm only effectively taking 1 damage per my spells, but they're taking 2 from theirs, and I'm also gaining life from their spells too. Okay. Yeah, with them having 2 spells in hand, like 2 bolts won't do it. Even if they had like Boros Charm plus bolt. Oh, you know what? No, that could actually do it if they had that, I think. Well, letting me untap wouldn't have been the right thing to do with it then. What about now? I think I just attack with the Firewalker. Ah. Actually, I don't know. This is... Yeah, I guess they have 2 spells in hand, so at any point if I attack with the Firewalker and they cast a spell, they actually can't cast another spell, and I can just kill them. Why Boros Charm first? Does it make any difference if I do it first or second? So if I attack, they're at 4, right? So, okay, no, they can cast 1 spell without dying, and then it doesn't matter. Casting 1 spell is not going to kill me. I think I just attack them and Boros Charm them. This means that they have to blink right now, because now, at this point, now I can just cast the Boros Charm. So they can only cast... They can only cast 1 spell, because, if they cast a second spell, then the Eidolon's going to kill them. So I think here I just do this. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? No, fuck. I might have actually screwed that up. Because no, no, because okay, no, I'm fine. Because if they cast a bolt here, yeah, even if they cast their 1 spell, I'm gonna gain the trigger off of the Kor Firewalker before it hits me. So I don't think it's gonna matter. No, it is gonna matter. Fuck. Yikes. Did I screw this up? So I'm at 6. 3. No, I'm still fine. Yeah, I win. Right, we're good. No, we did the math. We're good. Yeah, because they can't cast another spell. The Boros Charm just killed them. All right, no, we figured it out. It was good. The math worked. All right, excellent. Finally, the first 2 matches getting stuck in 1 land, like, that was rough, but, managed to beat Burn, so that's cool. We won the mirror match on the basis of Kor Firewalker. That was rough. They, like, scared me for a second that I screwed up, but no, we had it the whole time. Never did we not have it. Except for the first 2 matches. There we didn't have the land, so... That was definitely a match where, like, Lightning Helix is really good. I don't know, maybe I'm still wondering, though, if maybe I should have the Skull Cracks instead. Maybe just cut, like, 1 Helix and 1 Seal Fire and put in the 2 Skull Cracks in the main deck. That would be probably fine. Alright, here we go. Round 4. We're on the play. Lurrus. Alright. It's not terrible, I guess. Like, I really do prefer to have a creature, but, like, I do have Searing Blaze, potentially. Oh, I've been a red mage for a really long time. This is like one of the first decks I ever played in Modern, and I do enjoy it. I think here we just play. I think we're gonna keep this. We're gonna go Rift Bolt, and then turn two. We might play either Searing Blaze or just Lava Spike. They mulled to 6. That's great. So this way, if they play a creature on turn 1, Searing Blaze is just fucking devastating. And if not, we can potentially get an idea of whether Searing Blaze is going to do anything or not. But, I mean, we have a fair bit of damage here, so that is nice. I mean, obviously it's better when you have turn 1 creature, but can't have it every time. Stomping Ground tapped. Okay. Okay. Stop being all the way over there. That's actually pretty good here. I think I want to play this and shock myself, because I want to keep this Arid Mesa alive for the Searing Blaze if possible. We'll just pass here, because if I'll probably just like Boros Charm them, I imagine. That's pretty good. Don't need to do anything right now. They haven't shown us anything yet, so that's maybe this is Scape Shift, but that would seem weird if they haven't played a spell yet. So you would want something. I feel like it's not Panza. Again, you'd probably want something on turn 1 or 2 if it was. So I'm having a hard time trying to get a read on what's going on here. I mean, if this is Blood Moon, I just have to Helix him. That's fine. I can Searing Blaze that. Now, this looks like maybe this is just... Like, he did mulligan here, right? He mulled to 6, so maybe he's just playing Panza and his hand just wasn't fantastic. So I think here we just get a basic mountain, and then we Searing Blaze the Pyromancer, and then bolt them. Okay. So I guess if we draw another Boros Charm, we win on this. Oh, there we go. We just fucking win. Alright. Cool beans. Get wrecked. See, didn't even need to play creatures. Pfft. Creatures are not necessary. Now, that said, I don't actually know if our sideboard really does anything. They don't have, like, artifacts for this to matter. I don't think they don't really have any life gain that we need to be worried about, right? I guess they could. It's maybe something like Obstinate Baloth or Thragtusk or something, but I doubt that. The only concern I have is that they could have Blood Moon, which means that stuff like Lightning Helix might not actually be very good. So I'm just trying to think if like any of these cards are better than Helix is going to be. But to be honest, I don't think that this is going to be, because they don't have any spells that they're casting for 0 mana, so I don't think this makes any difference. And if I'm worried about Blood Moon, I'm obviously not looking at these two cards, and yeah, artifacts, no, and again, Blood Moon, no, so I don't think that we want to make any changes. I'm just give myself a second to think about that, but I am pretty sure we just run it back the way it is and then just try to cast the white spells as soon as possible. I mean, maybe on the draw this has a little bit more value. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, like at some point they're just gonna have what they're gonna have. So if they can like turn to cast Blood Moon and turns off like Helix and Boros Charm, so be it. What are you gonna do? That's life. If that happens, that happens. This isn't terrible, but again, we still kind of need another land. I do have Eidolon. Eidolon might not be that good against them, though. But it's just full of bolts. I'm going to keep it against my better judgment. And then just probably suspend Rift Bolt or something. Actually, you know what? No, I should probably play the Lava Spike first because it is possible they could have Chalice. Or, never mind. I guess Swiftspear it is. Decided to join the party at the last second. So maybe they'll have, like, Lightning Bolt for this thing. But yeah. This is probably one of the few times where it's correct to not play the Rift Bolt in turn 1, even if we didn't have that, the Spike might have been better. Because then if they go, like, turn 2 Chalice, then we can still cast this later, but we can't cast this later. So, yeah. So, basic mountain is kind of what we're hoping for, I think. Definitely not that. We have to Lava Spike them, because again, like, Lightning Bolt we can play instant speed, that we can't, so. Alright, so this is not looking great. We're stuck here with a bunch of burn spells in hand that we can't cast at the moment. However, if I can get another land, then I can combo, like, Bolt into Skewer the Critics. That wouldn't be too bad. Or if I get another land, I might want to cast the Boros Charm just because of the Blood Moon. Alright, well, this is happening. Alright, Clothis. Ugh. You know what? That might have been a good reason, too, because they gain... I forgot if they gain life with Clothis. Okay, that's a fuck up. Whoopsies. So they're gonna gain 2 life a turn from this card. That is a huge fucking... Alright, so we're definitely bringing in the Vortex just because it negates this thing gaining them life. Though, to be fair, I think with one land we're too far behind in this game anyway, so it's not like... We're not going to get super punished for not bringing that card in. We're getting punished just because we didn't draw the second land, that's all. But that's part of being a red mage, is you have to gamble on a lot of these one-land hands. So yeah, they're going to gain 2 life here. It's not great. Well, that can't be good. Oh, that's Fury. Alright, well. I think we're basically lost here. It's like, they're effectively like 20, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna give this one up. We can't beat the Clothis, like it's too much. So we need this, and let's take out Helix, I think. Alright, run this. We are way too far behind to, like, realistically come back in that game. It's not great, but I will keep it. So I think what I gotta do here is go Swiftspear into next turn. We suspend Rift Bolt, play Guide, attack, and then the turn afterwards we want to Skewer and hope that's fine. Now, the problem is every single turn, Clothis is basically countering a burn spell. So it's like, imagine if they just had a card in play that just said, like, each turn, you know, it just counters one card that you play. Just crazy. Don't have the kind of card advantage in red deck to overcome that. They're mulliganing to 6. That's good news. I guess it would also be ideal if I could draw, like, lightning bolts or something. You know what? This is probably attacking for 1 next turn anyway, so it might be better to play Goblin Guide, attack for 2, and then attack for 3 next turn instead of attacking for 1 and attacking for 3 next turn. Just because we don't have any guarantee that we're going to prowess trigger this thing, so this is probably the very rare scenario in which it's correct to go Guide over Swiftspear. Well, that thing needs to fucking die in a fire. Yeah, I know. You have to suspend it so that it comes off of it after this is already in play. So yeah, that was a problem. All right. Well, that was not helpful. All right. They're gonna have 3 mana this turn. They just drew Wooded Foothills. I guess I have to get a Sacred Foundry just in case I were to... Or you know what? I could Skewer and kill this thing, but I think it's better to suspend the Rift Bolt right now, because then I could hard cast the Skewer next turn if I want. But then this will get a prowess trigger and this will get a prowess trigger, so I think, yeah, suspend this is a little bit better, and I can just hold this until they play the Ooze. Yeah, now this turn, if they play Scavenging Ooze, it doesn't make any difference. Like, Ooze doesn't matter. Okay, well, they choose red, so... Arbor Elf. Okay, how are we doing this? Nothing, huh? So they have 2 mana up right now. Interesting. So I guess I have to just Rift Bolt their face. I don't think that Arbor Elf is the call here. Alright. I guess I want to Skewer them too. And then play the Eidolon. Alright. So this will get us another Prowess trigger. Or Prowess trigger. I have to, like, kind of hurry up because Scavenging Ooze definitely... Once the creatures start dying, it's going to gain them life back. It's possible they could double block here. They have Seasoned Pyro on top. That's not good. We just have to make them start taking damage from casting their spells. That's all. Here, the only good thing is if they don't block right now, then the Eidolon makes sure that they're not gaining any life back with the Ooze. So they have to block at least one of these here, so that they can attempt to start gaining life back. Okay, that makes sense. So you get a 5. The Eidolon's gonna look pretty good though. Oh, okay, they're gonna double block and keep their life total as high as possible. Okay, we can live with this. So if you want to cast that Ooze, it's gonna cost you. Yeah, we basically just need to draw a burn spell. So right here, they can play Ooze and they can gain 2 life back. But it's gonna cost them 2 life to play it. So it'll basically be a 4/4. Oh, they evoke Fury. Okay, so they have to kill, like, probably these two. Alright, fuck. Well, Fury was one I couldn't really do anything about. Yep, that makes sense. Then Ooze comes out, and then they can still gain... I can't attack with this now, because now they can gain 2 life. Fuck. Goddamn Fury. Why do these exist? They're so dumb. Alright, I guess we're putting Lurrus in hand. I'm not attacking, obviously. But, like, that was awful. That was pretty much, like, the only thing that was, like, of significant danger to me. I think it was Fury. They did exile the Pyromancer at least. No, I can't afford to block this. Oh, they have another one? My god. Life must be awesome. Okay, so if they go to... Yeah, the Searing Blaze, unfortunately, is not going to be enough. I should have actually fetched my end step with Lurrus. I did not think about that. Alright. So what's going to happen here is... Can attack with Goblin Guide, kill a scavenging... Like, I guess they'll block it, and then I can Searing Blaze it. Because right now there's only 3 creatures here, so it can't get out of range. That's definitely not encouraging. I guess I just do this now because then like if I wait to do it, then they have, I think, what they have 2 more mana. Does it matter? I don't know if it actually does matter. I don't think it's going to make any significant difference. They can still make this a 4/4 and it survives, and this then becomes becomes a 5/5 and then it still trades. Okay, they just let it happen. That's interesting. Okay, so they have bolts on top, which means I might need to... Well, if I play the Lurrus, like, I'm gonna take 3 damage either way. I'm gonna take at least 2, so the difference is they're gonna draw bolt. I guess they're gonna have to bolt Lurrus probably. I'm gonna take 2 regardless. Oh, I may as well just play it now, right? I go to 9. There's 3 creatures in the graveyard. That'll be 4 creatures in the graveyard. Do what I gotta do. You know what? No, if I play... See, okay, here's the problem. If I play Lurrus here... do they have enough mana for... I think they do, actually. Because we know they have Lightning Bolt on top. Because if I shock myself here, and I kind of screwed myself by not fetching last turn. I go to 9, then I'll go to 8. So they can bolt Lurrus. I mean, the alternative is if they bolt me. This is gonna get +3. 1, 2, 3. So I guess I will still be alive. Not good, but I can't use this fetch. Whereas if I... No, I guess if I had fetched before, I'd still actually be dead. Because the problem is, like... Yeah, if I had cracked this fetch, I'd be at least 10 anyway, which means that I would be dead here because this is going to be at 7 and they're going to bolt. They have a lightning bolt in hand. So I don't know how we can like turn this around, but it doesn't look probable to me that it's going to happen. We did not bring in Path to Exile for this thing. I think that I don't think there's anything that we can draw. Like, this keeps us alive through this turn, but that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, the second I crack the Searing Blaze, like, I'm actually dead. Or if I crack this fetch land, I lose, so... they can definitely bolt the Lurrus here. If I attack with Goblin Guy, they just bolt Lurrus and I die. So I have to not attack because I need the Goblin Guide to chump block. But I don't think that it's going to matter because I don't think that this... There's no card I can cast that's going to change the math here. Like, I don't even have, like, Deflecting Palm or anything either. You know what? No, we can concede this because there is actual no card that we can draw that changes it, so... Sucks! Alright. That's bad. No matter what happens, they attack, we have to chump block, and then, like, the Searing Blaze is not enough to stop it. Like, we have no card in our entire deck that can actually deal with the Scavenging Ooze. So, it is what it is. We were just dying to it at that point. That's rough. I think, what was it, like game 2? Like, do we have mana problems again? Yeah, that was a little bit hard. Fury was also a problem too. But you know what though? Maybe that could have been like also maybe I'm supposed to bring in something like Path to Exile. I don't know if that's correct though, because I still feel like Blood Moon would still be a problem. If they keep Blood Moon, it would still be a huge liability to bring in white cards. So, all right, well, let's see if we can at least win this match, and we gained some valuable experience. Yeah, we're on the play, and we have actually what looks like a great hand. So, we're up against Gigantha, which means it might be Tron. Well, I guess we're going to find out real quick. If it's Tron, then we probably are going to do okay here. Oh, yeah, it's Tron. All right. As we get to attack with Goblin Guide, suspend Rift Bolt. And then we can follow up with, like, Lava Spike plus this. So, I mean, I think we're in pretty good shape here. I think that we're still better off playing Goblin Guide right now. Get a basic mountain. Like, the sequencing doesn't make any difference in this turn because they can't interact with it, so... Alright, what did they reveal here? Chromatic Star twice. Okay, that's not helping their cause. However, we did draw them the Urza's Tower, which is not amazing. So they're going to have Tron next turn. So potentially something like Wormcoil Engine is on the table. Kozilek, okay. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Chromatic Sphere, okay. Alright, I guess I'm helixing them. And then I'm just casting Spike plus Bolt in my turn. Like, even if they played Wormcoil Engine here, it wouldn't actually make any difference. They're still dead. Alright. They knew what's up. Okay, so against Tron. Alright, what do we want against Tron? It's been a long time since I played against this deck. Searing Blaze is obviously terrible. Eidolon doesn't seem like it's great either, so my guess would be either like Path to X. Oh, actually Smash to Smithereens. That seems like that's pretty good. Maybe Deflecting Palm, maybe Path to Exile. We can take out the Eidolons for those. Eidolon doesn't seem very good. Something like this. I think this looks really good. I don't know if we need Vortex. Tron, they do pay mana for all their spells, so I don't think that it's going to be getting them with that. Yeah, I guess it could be relevant if we want it for like Wormcoil Engine or something, but the Path to Exile also deals with that. It does depend on whether it's Eldrazi Tron, I guess. A little bit. Because if it's Eldrazi Tron, Path will be a little bit stronger. Regular Tron... Well, no, this... Okay, so this... They're playing Gigantha on the sideboard, so... I want to say that might be regular Tron. I guess Eldrazi Tron could still play it, too, if they wanted. But I would think that they might have something like Dismember in their deck, which would make it... You can't play Gigantha then, so... That makes me believe it's Green Tron. So the Path deals with the Wormcoil Engine. I guess the Vortex also deals with Wormcoil Engine. It does slowly damage them. Do they have any other incidental life gain? Like, if they have Thragtusk, I guess it could also turn that off too. I'm just wondering if being on the draw, if the Path is better, maybe on the play this is a little bit better. Like, what other cards do they have that are going to gain them life? They have, like, Wormcoil. I guess they maybe something like Basilisk Collar. Could, but I doubt it. I think it's mostly just Wormcoil and maybe Thragtusk. And if that's the case, then... I mean, the 1 damage could matter. I guess the other problem is that if I play something like Vortex and they play Oblivion Stone, that's not great. But I guess the Path doesn't really do... Yeah, because if they go like Oblivion Stone and the Wormcoil, the Path does bail us out of that. I don't know. We'll try it like this. I don't think there's a huge difference between it on the draw, but maybe on the play that's a little better. Tron is also one of the few decks that hasn't like changed a whole lot since its inception, so... They did not reveal Gigantha this time, so they might have brought in something like Dismember or who knows what. I don't know if this is actually that good of a hand. I think we need to be more aggressive than this. It's like, we're looking at, like, Rift Bolt or Seal Fire in turn 1, and, like, the only good card here is Smash, but feels like we need to be better than this. I think this is a little bit better. Not like a whole lot better, but I am willing to keep this. And I will put Sacred Foundry in the bottom. So we have Goblin Guide, and then hopefully Skewer or Helix in turn 2. Yeah. Like, this is still not fantastic, but it could be much worse. That's more fantastic, I guess. But I think this is still the scenario where we want to play Goblin Guide, and then next turn we play Swiftspear plus potentially Skewer, or if not, yeah, maybe like a Bolt pre-combat or this post-combat. Gotta get in the extra point of damage here. So they have Chromatic Star on top. That's not doing them any favors. Blast Zone on 1. Okay, well, it's not amazing. I don't love it. Alright, guess if they want to... They're not getting Tron online anytime soon. Okay. We're definitely getting a basic mountain here. So, if I play the Swiftspear, we're only getting in for 1 damage, and they could potentially Blast Zone and kill both Guide and Swiftspear. We might want to hang on to it. And like maybe instead we just play Helix this turn. I'm not sure. Like this is kind of hard. I could play this, attack for 3, and then deal another 3 damage. So that doesn't leave us with a lot to actually get there with. So I think I'm just gonna attack with the Guide here. Like, I can't realistically get any good prowess triggers out of this right now. Probably just casting Lightning Helix is the best thing to do here. So if I draw Bolt, then, like, next turn I could play Swiftspear plus Skewer plus Bolt. Alright, so, okay. It's not that I'm gonna outgrind them. I'm trying to figure out if there's a possibility where I can maximize damage from this thing by waiting a turn, and if I can draw like maybe a Bolt, because then I can sequence it better, so I get extra damage. Fuck, that's not exactly helping my cause. All right, I think I just kind of have to play it now. The only good news is that Deflecting Palm might actually be helpful. I will skewer them while I have the trigger available. At least in this scenario, if they do ever get something like Worm Coiled out and they attack me with it, I do have the option of Deflecting Palming them. I'm not super thrilled about it, but yikes, Weather the Storm. That was bad. Well, we don't have any way of dealing with this. All right. Come on. Well, that's a problem because that just undid like all the damage we did, and we were on a mulligans here, so whoopsies. All right, so if we know they have this card, then definitely Vortex is going to be way stronger. You know, it keeps turning out that there's way more life gain in this format than I'm anticipating. Just make your copy of this. Like, come on, you're at 16. They still have 4 cards. Like, it's looking grim for us here. Alright, so they just crack the Blast Zone. You know what? I think this might be a good turn to put Lurrus into hand. Alright. Because then next turn I might just play this and then, you know, play like Goblin Guide or something. Well, they're going to have Tron online for next turn, so... Alright, what do we got? You have a pause in my upkeep that's annoying. Alright, that's nice. Yeah, I guess we're doing this. Urza's mine, sure. You have like 1,000,000 mana. That doesn't make any difference to me. Oh, that's bad. Ah, but you know what? That's really dangerous to them because we have the deflecting palms for this thing, so it could be really scary for... They have to be careful about attacking me now. Okay. Well, they had to get the creature so that they could safely attack me. So here's the thing. They're going to attack me, and I'm just going to fucking palm them in the face. Okay. That doesn't make a difference. Oh, they're going to see it. All right, so they can't attack now. They know that attacking is suicide, so... Alright. They still can't attack with that either. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, why can't I... Oh, no, okay, they chose Sunbaked. I can't... Alright, I got it. That's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah, they actually have Spyglass here naming this thing. So it has a ton of abilities, but none of them are the one that I want to use. That's okay. So here, I just want to draw burn spells, basically, so I can just lob them at their face every turn, and they can't attack. If they attack with the Worm Coil, it prevents the damage, so they're not going to get lifelink off of it, and instead they're going to take 6 to the face, so... They don't actually have a way to win the game right now. I guess I should keep this in hand in case they... Yeah, probably in case they have Big Karn. Then I have a card to give them for that. To keep my palms in my hand. I guess from here what they want is probably Walking Ballista. No, okay, never mind. They're going to blow up my lands with this. Okay. That makes sense. I need to... Okay, so I need to start drawing burn spells. Now, do you have another fucking Ulamog here? No. Okay. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, we might be in some trouble now, because now, every turn, they're going to go after my mana. So I guess if they plus Ugin on me, I might want to redirect it to their face. That might be the only chance that I have. So that'll put them to 8. Then they still can't attack with this because they're in danger of like dying to any burn spell then. So yeah, I just kind of need to like draw burn spells here. Like, they still realistically can't attack. Cause if they attack with the Worm Coil, then they're going to be at 2, and then, like, any burn spell kills them. I have to start doing this. Because I'm not going to have a lot of time, because Karn's going to start eating my lands. This basically requires that I have to draw a burn spell off the top. I don't know if it's going to be in time. That's a problem. I choose this source. Please attack me. Go ahead, dude. I need them to fuck up an attack. That's kind of the only option. I don't... Okay, you know what? No, this is still fine. Alright, because I drew the Rift Bolt here, so... Alright, we're still in this. So I can Rift Bolt them... fuck. So here's the problem, like... I don't know if this is gonna work. Spirit Dragon is gonna get to 10, and then they're gonna... Yeah, alright. The math actually isn't gonna... They have to kind of screw up an attack. If I cast the Rift Bolt here, they kind of know that it's safe to... Or, yeah, if I cast the Palm here, they know it's safe to attack me, because then I can't stop this. And the problem is if I don't Deflecting Palm the Ugin to their face... Alright, so I kind of need to use this and just hope that they don't... No, but the problem is as soon as I cast this thing... No, if I suspend it, then they know for a fact that they win. They have perfect information. There's no way that they can lose from there. Because all they have to do is just plus Ugin, because then it's going to be at 11. It'll be at 11, so their next turn, they can actually gain 7 life with this thing, and I can't actually stop that. That'll be game winning on its own. I will only... Yeah, if I draw another spell, like the best I could draw is a Boros Charm. You know what? Okay, there is one out here, though. We could theoretic... Would that work? I don't think so. Because probably we're not going to have enough lands. The thing I'm thinking about is Smash to Smithereens. If I play the Rift Bolt, they know they're safe here. So they only go to 5, and like I can't kill them. If they plus the Ugin, I can't Deflecting Palm it to their face, because then they can just freely attack with either one of these. And so I guess what I might have to just hold this in my hand, and then Deflecting Palm the Ugin so that they put themselves at, so they go to 5, and then hope that they don't attack in fear that maybe I have like Skullcrack or something, or another Deflecting Palm. Because if they don't attack, then next turn I could potentially cast Rift Bolt plus like a Lightning Bolt or something, and that would get the job done. But that would I have to kind of trick them into not attacking. The thing is, if I play this now, they have perfect information and they know for a fact that it's safe to just plus Ugin, and then like I said, if I don't palm it, I don't have enough damage to kill them before this gains them 7 life. And if I do palm it, then they can just attack with these. So I think I just have to pass here. Hope that, I have to palm the Ugin so that they go to 5, and then hope that they don't attack with the Worm Coil engine. And then maybe next turn I can play Rift Bolt plus one other spell and kill them. Sure. What are they doing here? Oh. Sure, they kill it. Alright, it's fine. Alright, I have to Deflecting Palm. Because if I don't do this, I'm dead. But they don't know what my last card is, so... They might. It's possible that they might not attack with this thing. If they're potentially afraid of like a third Deflecting Palm killing them. Because they might just try to go for it. It's possible they could go wait a turn to see if they can go for this -10 to gain 7 life. Because that won't lose to Deflecting Palm, but otherwise, there's not really anything else I can do here. If this Worm Coil attacks, I die. But the thing is, if I don't Deflecting Palm Ugin, there is 0% that I can win. So I need them to screw up and not attack with this. It's my only hope. But if they don't attack, then I can cast the Rift Bolt in their face and hope that I draw a burn spell that can kill them. That's the line. There's another match where like the Skullcrack probably would help. I'm really coming around to this Skullcrack. Alright, what do you got? Oh, fuck. Alright, well. This line now all of a sudden does not work. Because it doesn't work because of the Sundering Titan. Fuck, we're gonna draw the... No, alright, well. We fucked... Like, we didn't have it anyway, but, like... Theoretically, if they didn't have the Sundering Titan, we could have drew the burn spell here, but we didn't, so... Okay, we tried. We found the correct line, and they potentially gave us a chance at it, but didn't quite get there. I guess the only problem, though, is, like, they do have Ugin to get rid of this thing, but... I mean... It does some damage, I guess. But it doesn't. It's never gonna stop Ugin because they will just -2 and exile it. They can also Spyglass it, I guess. That's the problem. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we're just gonna bring in Eidolon and just hope that Eidolon's enough. Okay. Seal of Fire. Why the fuck is Seal of Fire still here? Get the fuck out of here. I could just try not having an answer to the Worm Coil. All right, that's what we're gonna go with. This actually looks pretty good. I think we keep this. We have Swiftspear into like Boros Charm or potentially just Bolt plus Skewer. I think we probably want to do the Boros Charm first. Yeah, that's true. Smash and Palm both answer it. So, I think that since we're on the play, we just have to play our most aggressive lines. That's all. You know what? If we're doing our most aggressive lines, then we probably need to get as much. We probably need to sequence this Swiftspear into Bolt plus Skewer. They kept 7. Okay. And then, yeah, Boros Charm plus this in turn 3 should be good. And maybe we can draw another 1-drop that we can cast alongside the Boros Charm. That would be nice. Guess if I draw the Rift Bolt next turn, then I might play Rift Bolt there, and then go for Rift Bolt plus Lightning Bolt, and then Boros Charm plus Skewer in turn 3. We'll have to see. Potentially, I draw Eidolon. I think I probably need to play that right away. There's a huge pause on his upkeep for some reason. I mean, I think we can tweak this list a little bit, but the games are still engaging at least. Like, I'm enjoying this. It's been my first outing with Burn in a long time, so I'm also not used to the sideboard cards that people are bringing in against it. So I think as I get more familiar with that, it'll probably come a little bit more naturally. Okay, see, we have the Rift Bolt here, so I think what I'm going to do is suspend the Rift Bolt, Lightning Bolt them, and then next turn we have Skewer plus Boros Charm. So we'll get there, and we'll probably play more of this for next week. I think we can make some improvements to this. I know I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna play the same deck every week. I might switch things. I might change decks from week to week now, since I have I went for the 400 tier or Tix tier of Mana Trader. So anything that looks like it has my interest, that's within that range that I can afford to rent with it, it's potentially on the table for stuff that we might do in any week. So instead of just like Merfolk stuff every week, we're probably going to see a more diverse mixing of different decks and different formats. That's my current plan. But Burn was a pretty easy first choice because like I do know this deck pretty well. I mean, I might have like I may have made a few errors tonight, but like I mostly know the sequencing for this, so with a little bit of practice, it like will get tighter and tighter. And Burn's also one of the decks where like the first 85% is really easy, but you can once you tighten for like the last 15%, like that's, you know, it takes more effort for that, but you can definitely get there. Oh, no Tron in turn 3. That's okay. So they're probably gonna cast Weather the Storm. That's my impression of what might happen here. So you know what? I'm not going to actually get prowess triggers with this thing. So if they do that, they're going to gain 6 life here, and I'm not going to tap out. I'm just going to attack with the Swiftspear. I don't need to dick around. If they tap out for the expedition map, then I can Boros Charm them. They chose not to. They're being really careful about keeping this Weather the Storm up, though. So, alright, what's going to happen here? They obviously have it. They didn't crack the expedition map last turn, and they don't want to blink until I blink. If I do it now, they go up to 11, which isn't fantastic. But at least it could be worse. Like, it will counter the Boros Charm and gain them 2 life, but it does get it out of their hand. So I don't have a good way through it because we didn't bring in the Vortex to turn it off. So I think that I have to cast like 1 spell every turn until I convince them to cast it. So let's see if they'll want to do it here. No, I think I need to do it now, because if they do it now, then potentially I can like draw like a bolt and then, you know, get in a huge attack with Swiftspear and, you know, the Skewer the Critics. Yeah, I think that obvious they're gonna do this. All right, well, they could have gained 6 life anyway, so like, you know, I did contribute some life back towards them. So like I have this now as an option. See, I like this scenario a lot more now. See, now I'm in a position where if I draw any burn spell, they're dead. Even though they gained 9 life, they still actually die to any burn spell. And if they don't, then I just have to put Lurrus in hand, I guess. Alright. So I'm guessing they're going to get Blast Zone here. That would be my assumption. Well, they didn't. No, they didn't. Alright. No, they got Tron mana. Okay, never mind. So they have 5 mana here? Okay, well, what are they going to do with it? They're desperately trying to find something here. Karn the Great Creator. Okay, so we need to find a burn spell off the top to win. Come on! Do it! Please? Please, 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 just give me the burn spell. Yes! Alright, fantastic. We win. I guess maybe they could have, like, Warping Wail, but no, they didn't. Alright. We beat Tron. There we go. Hold on. Let me move this over so we can see it. There we go. Just good enough. So, can I make this a little bit smaller? Alright, that's better. We went 2-3. So, I think that, you know, there was a bunch of matches where we just got stuck on 1 mana for, you know, several turns in a row. That kind of sucked. I do think, though, that I would probably take out the Seal of Fire and then maybe 1 Lightning Helix and put in the 2 Skullcracks. I think that's a good improvement to this list. Other than that, like, I don't think we changed much. I thought that maybe the Seal would be a little bit more relevant, but yeah, it turns out that there weren't like a whole lot of little creatures where this mattered. And I mean, we still have the Searing Blazes, so like, yeah, this interaction with Lurrus is kind of cute, but it's not really necessary. The Skullcracks would have made a huge difference, I think, if we had at least like some number of them in here. So I definitely could see, you know, cut this, cut one of these, and then put 2 of those in. But yeah, as you saw against the Tron deck there at the end, we did have to kind of nickel and dime them into that. They did, yeah, they gained like 9 life off of that, and we still were able to like get them for Exaxi. So that was 29 damage in game 3. It was pretty ridiculous. But it's the power of you know, Monastery Swiftspear. It's actually on our side for a change. So card's really good. I don't know. Like Vortex, it feels like this card should be good against them, but this I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to bring it in anyway. I guess my problem is that, like, if they have Karn the Great Creator, they're just gonna get like the Spyglass and turn it off anyway, and that's a huge problem. So I don't know. And you have to hold up the mana for it pretty much at all times, so it's maybe we bring this in against them, but like it doesn't feel like it's that good because they have a lot of ways to actually deal with it, so I don't know. I mean, there's also, they have Blast Zone that can slowly tick up to get rid of it. Hopefully we can outrace Blast Zone with this Vortex. And yeah, Ugin can also just -2 and get rid of it, and then they can gain their life. So I don't know. I'm not sure if we'd want that against Tron or not. But I do think the Skullcrack would have been much better against that deck, because if you have the Skullcrack, yeah, then you have a very good way of making them not get the life from any of their stuff. They don't have good spell interaction, and it's the same thing against like Omnath. If you can Skullcrack Omnath from gaining the 4 life at least once, probably keeps you in the game for at least 1 more turn. So maybe you can find a way out of it, but it has to be better than the Seal of Fire for sure, and it's probably better than 1 Helix. So that's my assessment. Otherwise, like, yeah, I enjoyed this. This was fun. I think this is about as classic of a modern deck as you can get. This is one of, like, this, and, like, Tron's probably one of the other ones, but even Tron has, like, actually changed a little bit, you know, in the past few years. Burn is one of the decks that really hasn't changed a whole lot. Like, the only real change to this card is Skewer the Critics, which I guess is fine. Like, I don't even remember what they used to play before they had Skewer. I don't know. I legitimately forget what was maybe yeah. I actually can't think of a 2 mana. I feel like there might have been another 2 mana spell that they could put in this slot. But and the Roiling Vortex is obviously an improvement for the deck, but yeah, I guess they just play more copies of Skullcrack in the main deck. That makes sense. And obviously they don't have the Lurrus here, but I mean, we put it in play once, right? That counts. So it is a Lurrus deck. Like, it's probably worth the sideboard slot, but yeah, it's probably not worth playing the seal with it. But other than that, like, this deck looks like you could have just ripped it out of, like 2018. They do have the Canyon. This was probably the biggest upgrade the deck got. Their lands can actually draw cards now, so before this was just probably like more shock lands, so or more fetches. They might have had like Grim Lavamancer actually too, so but they have more gas now and a little bit more bolt density with this, so I don't know. I like Burn. Burn's fun. I was I'm a blue mage, but I'm also a very very red mage too. So I I like playing these kinds of decks. Maybe like some sort of prowess deck might be on the table at some point. I might try some of those. So M Hayashi likes to play both fishies and prowess, so I might go in more of a. I might test some of the prowess builds. Maybe I'll try this one out again next week. Who knows? We'll see. But that is all the time that I have for today. So we got our league. We'll be doing more stuff, and I might have some more of these recorded on Twitch here. Actually, you know what? I might be doing draft next week too, so we'll have to see. Because I think Crimson Vow should be on Arena by whenever that comes out in Arena. I have like 2 draft tokens. I want to run through 2 drafts for that, so we'll be streaming that at some point. But yeah, we'll definitely have more stuff that I can rent with Mana Traders. So I'm tired of feeling helpless with Merfolk in this format because of stuff like Fury and Solitude and all that. So we're gonna explore. There's other stuff to do in the world, so you know what? You should learn how to play some of the other decks and get used to what they're like. The breadth of experience will definitely be of aid to you. Even if you're gonna focus on playing Merfolk, you should still know how all the other decks play so that you can properly play around them. When I started playing Magic seriously, that was one of the things that I did. I played like a different deck every single week for like a year until like I felt like I knew how all of them played out and that I knew what all the tech was against them. And that was probably when I was like at my strongest playing Magic. Now I don't play nearly as much, so like I'm way more rusty and way less motivated to do it. But if you wanna like be a modern master, you should be familiar with all the decks, and like playing them through a league is a great way to gain experience and insight into how those decks work. So we're gonna go. We'll play some non-Merfolk stuff for a while so we can get that experience. Anyway, that's all I got. So if you are watching on the replay, please leave some nice comments and thumbs up. I will definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again next week, everyone. Take it easy.